Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 41st, is it 41? Yeah, 41st Melbourne KSUG Meetup. Why doesn't one work? It was working 2 minutes ago. Before we start, if you want to scan the QR code, that's where we upload the pictures. So if you want to take snapshots or take some pictures from the event, so then you can upload the picture. Please be mindful of the others and do not delete other pictures. That would be nice. But if you take, yeah. But that's how we share the pictures, and where do we upload them after? Just on OneDrive. So you will have access on the OneDrive and you can see the picture from everybody else. I'll give you a few seconds to set yourself up. First of all, on behalf of KSUG.AI Australia, I respectfully acknowledge the traditional land of the Kulin Nation people, and we pay our respect to the elders past, present, and emerging. Tonight, we have two fantastic speakers. We're going to start with Sanjeewa, going to talk about from API to AI, and followed by Cathy, which is going to talk about some AWS architecture through the lens of a home. At the end, we'll have a quiz, so you better pay attention to what's happening tonight because we have a quiz and there's some nice prizes to win tonight. And at the end, we're just going to come back all over here and just take a nice picture, group photo with everyone. Our mission at KSUG.AI, so we started to focus on enabling everyone interested in Kubernetes, and we have since extended to include AI. And given the rise of this importance and the synergy with Kubernetes, so we have rebranded recently to reflect this in what we do. And so our mission is to empower the community to learn faster, get certified smarter, and grow stronger. So we are now the Kube Strongers. We would not be able to run those events without our fantastic volunteers, myself especially. I'm Jan in the middle. No, I'm joking. We will not be able to run this event without the volunteers. So thanks to Rush, which is here, and Luisa and Yongkang, which is the main organizer. The others are quite busy tonight, so won't be able to attend, but they are here in our hearts. And also, those events will not be able to run without our fabulous sponsors. So we'd like to thank CodeCloud as our main sponsor. And for tonight, for the event sponsor, we would like to thank AWS for the space and WSO2 for the food and drinks. KSUG.AI is growing rapidly. We opened in February 2025, the first presence in India. And we had last week, I think, Yongkang, last week we had our event, one of our events in India. So it looks like it was packed and it was a very successful one. So we keep on growing, and today we're about 32,000 members in the entire community. We have a bunch of events coming. So if you want to see what's happening or you can't attend the one physically, you can still watch them online. So on the Zoom, or you can watch the recording at the end. We usually put them a few days later on YouTube. So you can watch them on our YouTube channel. So I'm not going to repeat everything. There's a lot of them, but this is what's happening, or this is what's coming in the next few weeks. And I will let Yongkang to introduce the KSUG.AI group. Please welcome Yongkang.
Thanks again. Just to showcase, one of you guys will win the Kubernetes Bible book. And what else we have? We got a CloudCloud t-shirt. And the plus, what it looks like. That's what it looks like, the CloudCloud. Have you guys heard of CloudCloud? Everyone knows? That's good. Yeah, I'm glad that they sponsor us, they support us. Every one of our meetup, they support us like 3 free subscriptions, 6 months. I really want to spend a few words to talk about the Code Cloud, but no more. Yeah. Okay. And we also, I found from my home corner, found another one, the fanny pack. Okay. Also, we have some pen. I should have one for everybody. Okay. Let me talk about did you guys notice anything different from last time?
AI. AI.
We renamed.
And a new logo.
Yeah. We rebranded ourselves to KSUG or KSUG.AI. So why? Why we do the rebranding? Anyone take a guess? What does KSUG stand for? Okay. Uh, yeah. So behind of the rebranding, actually, somehow CNCF I don't know how to describe this, I'm helping the whole community. So we started our group name as a Kubernetes Australia. So CNCF come back say you can't use Kubernetes because Kubernetes is our registered trademark. Okay, I say I rename. Okay, we rename the KS8SUG. Okay, that's Kubernetes user group. And after 1 year, probably 2 years, they say you can't use that word as well because the K8S also the registered trademark. Okay. Okay, I say, let's find another smart word. Okay, that's where we changed to Cube Smart and also align to a lot of people's new interest in the AI. So now we are Cube Smart and the AI user group. Our focus slightly changed. Yes, CNCF doesn't really like our community. So anyway, we focus a little bit more on multi-cloud, cloud native. We still cover a little bit of Kubernetes, but Kubernetes, it's already been 10 years plus. Okay, if you are now starting to learn Kubernetes, it doesn't help you a lot. But if you started to learn AI, you are ahead of a lot of people. That's why we shifted our focus. And we rebranded as a KSUG.AI. Okay, some of the social platform we listed here. You can see the numbers. I'm not going to spend too much time here. Yeah, if you want to bookmark the link, that's the new link. If you try to access the KSUG.AI, we used to call KSUG.ai, there is that you can't use that, so we already removed that domain name. The new domain name is KSUG.ai, much simpler, much easier to remember, okay? Also, when you typing, it's easier. With the number A, that's a little bit tough, okay? Okay, this slide I might skip. How many people joined us last time? So basically, I put together all the learning certification event discount code in one page. This is our link tree. So our link tree also renamed for the same reason. They say you can't use the /KSUG. So we renamed the KSUG.ai, okay? If you bookmark the previous one, you need to, remember the new one, okay? And also our landing page, yeah, they even ask us to remove all the photos. I haven't updated this. If you go to the new landing page, KSUG.ai/save, you want to be able to see any CNCF logos. I don't know, they say you can't use any one of the logos. So it's great for us to build our own branding. So when you access the page, you can see everything replaced with the KSUG.ai logo. Okay, which is great. We're helping you building the best, community here. Anyone want to join our lucky draw? I spent the last 5 months, every month, we're giving away some really cool swags, completely free to support your certification, support your learning. So far, we helped 27 people. We're trying to help more people, but we also need more sponsors. This month, actually, We don't have any sponsors to support us with the free exam voucher. But that's a tough job. I need to try find the best way to find a more sponsors to support us. But we still have the Code Cloud free access. Books, anyone like the books? I don't have a lot of books for everybody. I only have one to give away, okay? If you guys want to buy, you actually, it's not a buy from us. I only put a link from our link tree from our landing page. Anyone know the tutorial modules? No? If you do AWS Learning, if you want to practice your exams, that's where the TD does. So we don't have any other stuff to give away this month. We are going to give away some free access to the tutorial modules to help your AWS certification journey. Forget about the Kubernetes, okay? Let's do AWS. Okay, some other latest learning certification you can find from our link tree or from our landing page. Yeah, I promise I want to move quick. So this one last time I didn't announce this, right? We just recently announced the astronaut global map. So for someone, they got the golden jacket. Anyone know the golden jacket? Yeah, you have a golden jacket?
I don't. I know that golden jacket is only going to two professors. So, in AWS certificate.
Okay, actually, it's not free. I paid. Okay. So in the short, for AWS, if you pass all 12 AWS certifications, you can potentially get the golden jacket. But depends who you are work with. If you work for AWS partner, if you work for AWS, you can potentially get it for free. But for me, I don't work for anyone, so you can still get. Yeah, there are a lot of people who doesn't work for AWS. You can pay, you can buy the golden jacket. Okay. So on top of that, we created something called AWS astronaut or astronaut. So basically, to give a nice title to encourage more people to become fully certified on AWS. So we created a global map to show you who are certified, who are fully certified from which country. For example, Australia, we already have four people here. Okay, globally we have actually 138. So this is just purely created for the community. The community, I said here, this is the world's first community created certification program, just to inspire more people to get certified on AWS. And we also create another program, which is even better, actually even harder as well. Okay, for astronaut, you need to pass 12 certification for Cube Strong. Okay, we talk about a Cube Strong. You need to be an astronaut plus a Cube Strong. Okay, that means you need to pass at least 17 exams to become a Cube Strong. Guess what? We already have 25 people globally. We also have a map. Let me show you. And for someone to be a Golden Cube Strong, you need to be certified on 2 other cloud certifications to become a Cube Strong. Anyway, this is our second community created a program just to help more people, inspire more people get certified. So this is what does the Cube Strong looks like. You need to have a blue jacket plus a golden jacket, okay? Anyway, this is the first Cube Strong Club members, 17. So all these guys, 16 guys are certified, fully certified on AWS plus fully certified on Kubernetes. So I put all these guys on the map first. And the 17, that's his name is Dodi. He's a Golden Cube Strong. He also did a certified on 2 other cloud certification. We nominated him as a number 17. Now we already have 25. I think that's all in terms of the program. That's all I want to talk about. And thank you for joining us. If you want to follow us, actually all the QR codes are the same. Okay, it will link to our KSUG.AI because we want to promote our new landing page. Okay, but all the links you can find from our landing page. Once you go to the landing page, you can see the link tree. From a link tree, you can find all of our social links. That's pretty much all. Yeah. Now let's probably welcome our first speaker, Sanjeewa. Thank you. Please join us.
Green.
Hello. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome you all for this session on leveraging MCP for intelligent API interactions. My name is Sanjeewa Malalgoda. So I work for WSO2 as engineering director. So if I tell you a little bit about WSO2, what we do there pretty much is the API management, integration, and a little bit of identity and access management as well. So in my role, I primarily overlook API management software stack. I work as a product manager. I involved with API management, AI-related AI gateway project, likewise pretty much around the API management. So recently we got this opportunity to work with AI API gateway project where we utilize Envoy gateway to implement AI gateway. So in that gateway, we address API management related quality of services for AI APIs, basically how you can do the rate limiting based on the tokens, authentication, authorization, rate limiting, basically quality of services for your AI services. So that is what we did like for about last 1 year, and we did release in last March. And after that, we started working on MCP. So basically how you convert your existing APIs into MCP servers and expose your services to outside the world to develop AI agent. So that is what I was working last 1 year or so. So today in this session, what I will be doing is I'll be sharing my experience pretty much around these areas and use that knowledge to educate you all about MCP and usages of MCP. And towards the end of the session, we will try to implement a small agent which utilize MCP to interact with the API. Okay, so this is the agenda for today's session. I'll start with the overview about AI agent. I won't go into detail about like how LLM works or how reasoning works, that kind of complex topics. I will explain AI agent in a very basic manner. And then I will discuss about the agentic workflow because we need to have proper understanding about agentic workflows to implement AI agents and use them properly. So then I will discuss about APIs and agents as well, because so if you look at today's software, I mean, most of the softwares available today, all of them rely on APIs. So even as organizations, we have so many APIs exposed, and APIs act as a primary data entry point for your organization as well as to the world. So I will discuss a bit about APIs and agents and how they relate to each other. So then I will provide overview about model context protocol, which is our main topic for today. And then I will discuss how you can elevate APIs as a tools for agent. So in the demonstration part, like I mentioned earlier, we will develop very basic agent using the VS Code plugin. And then on top of that, we use API to pull the data. Okay, so if we, I think you all are coming from engineering background. So at one point of your life, you may face this situation. So I'm engineer and I used to work as software engineer for last 10 years or so. And in my career, this is very common situation, like getting up early in the morning or late night and identify bugs, fixing them, send PR, asking testing team to test it and roll out. So it's a pretty common thing. So in this particular scenario, situation is quite different. We get the same issue and we don't do anything, we will sleep. And AI agent will jump in, it pull the logs, understand the issue, then identify the fix. And also after that, it can patch the low environment. So for example, the staging or we can straight away go ahead and patch it. And probably it can send email to testing team as well, automated testing. And then it can send complete update to Slack channel with possible PR for production environment as well. So as of today, it somewhat look like a magic for us because we are not there yet now as of today. But if you look at the time, I mean, within next 2 years or so, I'm pretty sure we will be there. And that is where world is heading. So how all this possible? Thanks to AI agents and recent advancement of the AI and LLM related developments people do. So then we will discuss a little bit about agents, like why we need agents and what is AI agent. So AI agents, in my definition, I would say we can consider them as autonomous. Sure. Okay. So then AI agents, you can think as autonomous AI assistants that can perform actions. So how it changed from standard ChatGPT or like the Google Gemini kind of interactions. So those things, they mainly process the input and give you some sort of output, but they are not really doing stuff on behalf of you. But underline, they do certain things. Like for example, if they cannot find the result with their knowledge base, they can do the searching part as well these days. But they don't do anything on behalf of you. So slightly, I mean, if you consider AI agents, they will do things for you. So for example, they can send a PR, they can send email, they can send update to Slack channel. So that kind of things they do. And also it comes with the brain part. So brain part is very important, and that is there, and it interacts with set of tools. So if they cannot find the information that it requires, it will look for tools and pull whatever information that it requires. So we can think them as tireless co-workers, and they can assist to do our day-to-day task as well. So then as a developers or engineers or users, why AI agents matter to us? So it is mainly because we can use them to automate our day-to-day tasks. So we can use these AI agents to do our day-to-day tasks and maximize our productivity. So we can let those agents to handle repetitive work or work that doesn't need really creativeness, and we can take high level and creative tasks so that we can maximize our productivity. And at the same time, we can embed these AI agents into our products or software or AI flow, standard operation flows, so that again, we can enhance the efficiency of what we do as well. And also it's very easy to start with AI agent today because they can work with APIs as well. So let's say you have, as of today, you got some APIs. So you can simply connect some of these APIs into agent and start from there. As enhancement, with the basic enhancement, you can start and you can keep improving what you have. So that is why it matters to most of the developers and users and basically everyone. So then let's try to understand how agentic workflow operate. So as I understood, there are 3 steps when AI agentic workflow operate. So first thing is the planning phase. So in the planning phase, what it does is when we give a command to agent identify that command and break that into smaller parts and create a plan. So this plan is what it's gonna execute. So it's a multi-step process where it identifies different smaller tasks and create a kind of strategy to get the desired output. So then after that, it need to go to execute phase. So in the execute phase, it can execute these operations or the multi-steps one by one and get the desired results. So when they do that, they can use the tools or their knowledge or any other external interactions like call search engine, get the results, that kind of things they can do. So then most important part is the third one, reflect and iterate. So basically, when it execute, it get the result. Sometimes we may not get exact result what we want. So in that case, it can check the result, see whether it's what we exactly need. And if there's any change, it can adjust the plan and do the repetition. So likewise, if we continue this flow process, we can get the exact result we want. So this is how AI agents work normally. So then if we try to understand different components we have in this AI agent, so it needs brain, like I explained earlier. The brain is absolutely necessary thing. So because we need to do reasoning, understanding, processing. So all these things, we need this brain sort of thing. So that is why I have this brain symbol in the middle. So then it needs inputs to process anything. It needs input, and also it needs to perform set of actions to interact with external world. So combine these things together, we can call it AI agent, and whatever you see outside can be external to AI agent, but it helps to AI agent. And when we perform action, it's not only outgoing, it's getting data inside as well. So for example, search result can be example. So you ask about something and it cannot find that information within the memory. So what it does is it will call to like the search engine tool and pull whatever data need, then process it and give the response. So that's how it works. So then when we do that, we cannot forget APIs. So APIs is one of the most important thing, because if, like I mentioned earlier, if you look at almost all the modern software, APIs are the backbone. So if you look at standard web traffic, more than 80% of the web traffic directly coming for APIs. And this API and API management space is like very mature domain. So I think if you look back last 2 decades, so there are so many protocols came in: REST, GraphQL, WebSocket, WebSub, SSE. So likewise, there are so many protocols came in to address different use cases, and all of them together build the softwares we have today. So API is not something we cannot easily forget, because all the data reside with them today. So due to that fact, when we do the agents, we can consider APIs as a foundational element, and on top of that, we can build. So possibly almost all the APIs we have today can be a tool for AI agents. So for example, there can be SMS sending APIs, email sending APIs. So we should be able to convert all of these into tools and use them within the agents. So that is the way we should follow with the APIs. So then when we interact with the APIs, one of the challenge current AI agent developers facing is because so these APIs not designed for AI agent era. So they're designed for different era. So if you look at the standard APIs, most of them are having rigid interfaces. You give fixed input, you get fixed output. There's no context sort of thing. There's no conversational flow sort of thing. So those things are not available with the APIs. But that is something we needed when we develop actual agent. And request response flow that APIs follow is again kind of a limitation, because if you look at agents, they need like the kind of a very interactive conversation. So due to these limitations, some of the APIs we have today might not suitable for AI agents. So let's see how we can fix that gap. So to fix that gap, MCP came into picture. So if you look at MCP, it is not like a very old technology. So it introduced last November. So age-wise, it's less than 1 year old. But as of today, almost all the organizations are adapting it and people started using it. So how MCP work is it acts as a universal adapter for AI agent. So all the AI agents can connect to MCP, and we can exchange the messages, we can maintain the context, and all the limitations that we discuss with the APIs can be mitigated with the MCP. And like I said earlier, so even though it's like introduced very recently, most of the organizations, including famous IDs, AI agent development tools, and mega cloud vendors, major AI players, so they all are heavily invested on MCP. So why people are doing that? Because MCP is the protocol that allows you to consume your services or data from AI agent. So if as an organization, if you want to connect to AI agent, so if you want people to let your services consumed by their agents, you need to open MCP protocol with your organization. So MCP supported integration is something you should provide. So due to that fact, almost all the organizations are heavily invested on this area. And as a result of that, everyone claiming, okay, we support MCP, we support MCP. So at WSO2, we also claim we support MCP. And we provide MCP servers for people to interact with our product so that they can create APIs integrations through their agents. So likewise, everyone invest in this. So that is like good thing. And we also should learn about that and try to start using. So then previously I discussed limitations with the standard REST APIs versus how we can solve that with the MCP. So I thought of taking one example. So in this case, what I did was I took making coffee as a scenario. So interacting with the standard REST API is somewhat similar to you work with the vending machine. So in the vending machine, with the vending machine, what you do is you provide specific input and then you get the desired output. Of course, you can change the sugar, you can change the type of milk that you use, but in the end, you get the fixed output. But when you work with experienced barista, what happens is we have a natural kind of conversation. You can tell exactly what you need. So probably they will know some detail about you if you are a frequent customer. So based on your exact requirement, experienced barista can give you a better experience. So that is what we exactly do with the MCP. So then I want to take another example. So this is a very common example. So if you search about MCP, USB-C analogy comes in almost all the places. So I thought of taking that as well. So what USB-C port does for your laptop is what MCP doing for agent development. So almost all the tools out there, if you support MCP, that can directly connect with your AI agent. So due to that fact, people use this USB-C analogy. It's a very common example. So then let's discuss a bit about what exactly MCP. So MCP is not like a very complex thing to understand. It's a very simple, straightforward JSON RPC, very basic one. How it works is, so when someone agent or MCP client try to invoke with the MCP server, first part it does is it will ask for a set of tools available. So what kind of tools you got? So then it will return available tools to client. So then client will send the structured request and MCP server translate that and get whatever data you need. So that's how it works. So then if you look at actual example, it will work like this. So here we have client, we got agent as well as we got MCP server and the tool. So email sending is one tool, there will be multiple tools. So client want to send email. So client instruct agent to send email to a specific address. So then what agent do is agent call to MCP server and get what are the available tools. So let's say we found a tool, this email sending tool. So in the very first time, probably we will ask confirmation from the client. Okay, we got this tool. Is it okay to use this? So when client gave their consent, agent will start consuming this tool. So that's how this task completed. So then let's discuss a bit about why MCP matters. Like as engineers or as technology people, why we should invest time on MCP. Because as you can see here, no more one-off integration. So agents basically use MCP tools dynamically and you can change it anytime. So if you start with the API, let's say you got 100 APIs, you need to have 100 SDKs in your client side. So all the APIs will have a fixed contract and you have to adhere to that contract. You have to send payload exactly as they instruct. But when it comes to MCP, it's not like that. Whenever we add tool, from the next second onward, this tool available for you to consume. So every time when you ask for what are the available tools, it will return you with the new tool. And as long as you can consume that tool, you get the right permission and privileges, you can use that tool. You don't need to have SDK or client-side code to support that. That is the main advantage we get that with. And also when it comes to security, as of today, MCP user groups are working on fine-grained security mechanism. So they are trying to come up with the specification that can handle back-channel authentication sort of thing. But so for example, let's say you want agent to do a trip planning for you. So in that case, it can search for available trips. And at one point, we may need payment. But to do the payment, you need user consent, user privileges, and things like that. So for those stuff, we need back channel authentication. Like from the chat itself, you can't ask the password. What you can do is you can send the payment link to your mobile application. You click on that, then proceed with that. So to support that kind of thing, we need like the concrete and very comprehensive security framework. So that is what these people are working right now. It's not there yet, to be honest, but I think within next few months or next 1 year time, we will be there. So once we have that, I think it will be a complete framework that anyone can use with the proper security, governance, and the access control and everything. Okay, so then I was discussing about APIs as tools. So here what I want to do is to take one example. So let's say we have a weather search tool, weather search API. So once we convert that into tool, it can be simple tool which will get the city and give you the output. So when we work with MCP, but agents see this as a tools. So let's say you want to get something done, you got toolbox. So that is where we have all the tools. So whenever we want to do a specific task, we pick the right tool, we execute that tool. That's how it works. Okay, so then I think we can do a quick demo and see how this works. So I said, so in the previous section, I said, this is what agent looks like. There's a reasoning part, input handling part, action part. And then for all these things, I'm going to use GitHub Copilot. If you need, you can implement these things separately. For reasoning part, you can use a specific model, and input handling part, you can use your own client or website or anything like that, where you can collect the input and process them and pass. And also for the action, you can use any framework, but GitHub Copilot comes with all these things. And it is not the only thing. So if you take the Cloud Desktop, there are so many other things available. For the simplicity, I'm going to use GitHub Copilot for these basic stuff. Then for this particular example, I have API. So I have Readbooks API. It's a simple API which will hold information about books and whether it's written by specific author and some basic details about the API and that kind of stuff. So now for this agent, I need to consume this Readbooks API. So what is the problem we are having right now? This book is a REST API. We cannot straight away consume this REST API by agent. So to do that, address that, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to onboard this API into WSO2 Bijira, which is our cloud API management platform. And then I'm going to host MCP server in Bijira, which is our cloud platform. It's very easy to do that. Let's see how we can do that. So then I'll bring a set of tools which will derive from Readbooks API. So within the Readbooks API, there can be multiple operations. So I'm going to expose these operations as tools through the MCP server. So link will be like this. So then tool executor is implemented in the GitHub Copilot side so that it can execute and invoke the tools. So then I'll make this connection as well so that there's MCP server and it connect to a set of tools. Tools are linked to your API and I can get data from that as well. So now let's try to do this. Okay, so this is WSO2 Bijira platform, our API cloud API management platform. So you can create, manage all your APIs here. And also we do have open source product as well. You can download that as well. It's 100% open source, release under Apache 2 license. You can use that to create API and API management stuff as well. But this particular MCP capability as of today available in the Bijira, but we hope to roll out with our software version as well. That will coming out in next few months. I'll start. So I'll go to my project. So here you can see my reading list API. It's a standard API. I will click on this API. So once you go to API, you see generate MCP proxy option, right? You click on that, then provide name. So I just have to provide the name. And then if you want to add versioning or any other detailed description and things like that, you can add them as well. So here you can see the operations or the REST resources in my API. So I'm going to pick 4 of them. Then I will create my MCP proxy. So underlying, it will create MCP proxy for your API. Okay, so now it is created and you can see there are like 4 different tools available. So by looking at API resources, it identifies set of tools and do that transformation. So now if I go to development step and to go to policy, then you can see the mapping. So there are 4 tools created. Each of these tools map to these specific REST endpoints. And once you click here, you will see how this transformation happens. So even people interact with MCP, in the end, it need to go to API. So when you pass that information to API, there's a transformation we need to do. This configuration will tell you how to do that. Okay, so 4 resources available. Let me add 1 more resource. Delete book. I'll add this and I'm going to linking like this. Okay, so now I completed this wiring part. I will save this one. So then I need to deploy this API or MCP proxy. So as of now, it's in the development state. So I'm going to move this to production. You can do it with like this step. So now it is deployed in the production deployment. So now we have created MCP proxy from API and deployed that into production deployment. So now for external consumers to use this MCP proxy, we need to make it into publish state. So as of now, it's just created. External users cannot see that. So I'm going to publish this like this. So now it is published. So published means it go to our component called developer portal. So let's go to developer portal and see what are the available MCP proxies. Okay, so you can see MCP proxy I just now created. So now every time when you create MCP proxies like this, these things are by default secured as well as the rate limit automatically apply. So to consume this MCP proxy, you need to get a valid access token. So to do that, we have a concept called application. So once you create application, you will get all 2 credentials, basically consumer key, secret key. Once you click here, you can see consumer key secret, your token endpoint. So that way you can secure this service, but I'm not going to obtain proper access token. I will generate simple token here and you can get token like this. So now to consume this MCP server I just now created, I'm going to subscribe to that MCP server or MCP proxy from this application. I'll do that like this. Okay, now subscribe. Now if you go here, you will see MCP server configuration. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to download SDK. You don't have to write code or anything like that. All you have to do is simply copy this MCP server configuration and add that to your agent. So let's see how we can do that from the VS Code. So in the VS Code, I will open new project. MCP test is my name. I'll open this. Then here I will add one more directory dot. Then I will add a configuration file, which is my ncp.json. Okay, so I'll copy my configuration This is the configuration. As you can see here, it's a very simple one. MCP server URL and the token. That is all you need. You don't need anything else. So token, I have to get from the developer portal. So to do that, I'll go to applications again. Yes, we can change it. I have copied the token. I'm going to replace that with the token here. Okay, so now I save this configuration. Once I do that, I can start the agent here like this. So it's started properly. So now to have the chat sort of experience, I'm going to enable GitHub Copilot chat. So it's done. So then here we need to change type to agent. I'm going to change type to agent. So once I change type to agent, it will discover all the tools available. So these tools include some of the GitHub standard tools as well as the tools that I added. So my tool is the Readbook MCP server. So it will discover that as well. It will take a while because it will call to get tools for each and every MCP servers configured, get the list of tools and see what these tools can do. Okay, so once we loaded all the tools, then we can, in the chat, we can ask certain things. It will use brain or primary knowledge to understand the basic questions and identify the flow. So then what it does is it will try to identify what is the appropriate tool. So if it find matching tool, it will use the right tool. So now those tools loaded. Okay, if I click on the tool list, you can see here, there are a number of tools. Let me move this one. Okay, so these first tools, they came from GitHub Copilots, and there are some Jupyter tools. So then you can see Readbook MCP tools also came here. So now what that means is this chat can understand these tools as well. So now I have done that successfully. So now if I go to chat and ask some questions, so let's say I ask very simple question, write hello go code. Okay, so when I ask this question, is it really necessary to interact with tools? No, right? I mean, it's available in the standard memory. So from the memory itself, they can answer that question. Something like this. Show me code example. So then it will show the code as well. So these are basic operations. So now I'm going to ask question related to my tool. So what my tool does is it get the list of books and show that for you. So I'll ask some question about that. Show me books list. I will ask very basic question, very high level one. Then let's see what it does. So what happened here is it identified, okay, there's a tool available, whether you want to use this tool or not. So it will ask this for the first time or not, it won't ask. So I will say, okay, proceed with that. So then what it does is it will call to my tool, get whatever the responses and formulate the response and show that to us. Okay, so got the response. Okay, so these are the tree books available. So this is not available in the standard memory. So what it did was call to that tool, get the information. So then I can ask more questions like show me books. I already, so read something like this. Okay, so then out of these 3 books, I have completed 1 book. It can show that as well. So it's a very basic thing. I just want to give you a very basic idea about what is tool and how you can use MCP protocol to interact with tools. and what is the possibility. So imagine you add your tools here, like you're adding your payment tool here, you're adding your email tools here, you're adding your search tools here. So possibilities are endless. You can create pretty much anything with this particular architecture. So it's a very basic one, but you can do anything. So even very complex agents or the agent systems or agentic flows start with like this. So I just want to give you very basic understanding. So if you have any questions, I can take them, or else I will hand over session to next speaker. Any questions? Anything not clear? Okay, thank you everyone. So if you have questions, we can have a chat outside as well. Cathy.
Oh, wonderful.
You have a clicker.
Oh.
You should go from one to another.
Okay.
And let's see if you want to speak. So thanks. Yes, please welcome Cathy. Please give her a huge round of applause. And she's going to start now. Thank you.
I can see a lot of you have attended the AWS user group meetup last week. So yeah, it's the same as the last one. So you can skip this if you want to. Yes, for people who haven't heard my talk, yeah, welcome. And tonight I will take you on a journey to build a system in the cloud by comparing that to something we all know. I'll build a house. Okay. This is not working.
The big one.
Yeah,
No, it worked earlier.
oh yeah. Okay. In case if you don't know me, I will quickly introduce myself. So my name is Cathy. I'm currently working at Mentor Group as a senior cloud consultant. Prior to that, I have worked in platform team as a DevOps engineer, and I have done a lot of other jobs as well, such as BA and PM. So apart from my work, I'm a co-organizer for Women in Cloud. I can see several ladies here who are our long-term members. Yeah, so thanks for coming here to support me. So this is a group that we started last year. We're trying to build a space for women to empower and support women in our cloud computing field. And we'll have another event at end of this month. I think it's a Thursday, so I will share more details about our group later. So when we think about building a system in the cloud, the process isn't too different from building a home. First, we gather requirements, just like we ask our home owner, how many bedrooms and bathrooms do you want? Do we need a home office, etc. So in AWS terms, this is where we talk to our stakeholders and define business needs, availability, scalability, and etc. Next, we move into the design phase. This is like sketching your floor plan. Where the floors, where the rooms go, and how the plumbing and electricity are laid out. For AWS, that means choosing services. How do we handle networking? What compute do we need? And what kind of data storage do we use, etc. Finally, we build. We pull the foundation, frame the structure, and bring it to life. In AWS, this is the implementation stage, provisioning infrastructure, deploying services, and connecting everything together. Let's consider this scenario. So imagine if you have a client that is an e-commerce company. Suppose you have talked to them and get the following requirements. The first one is good customer experience. And then they want customer data is stored and transmitted securely. And they also want the downtime should be minimal. They also want a system can handle bursts of high demand on big sales days. Last but not least, they want the cost should be reduced as much as possible. So yeah, okay, I forgot to say. You will find all these requirements correspond to different pillars in well-architected framework. After getting all the requirements, what do we do? That's the design stage. So AWS has developed a lot of services to suit different needs. And this is just part of them. And the first time I look at it and feel very overwhelmed. So what should we start then? So just like a house has many parts, it has land, it has rooms, it has security, and has a lot of features. Likewise, AWS systems are built from networking, storage, compute, etc. So maybe we can design by selecting appropriate services from each category. So let's start from networking. So every home needs land and a boundary. So in AWS, that's VPC, your private space in cloud. And just like you subdivide your land with fences, you create subnets, public and private. The public subnet is like your front yard. So people from outside can see it and maybe can enter it. And private subnets are like interior rooms behind the walls. Your home would have an address, just like Route 53 telling others how to find you. Once the foundation is set, we build rooms. So these are our compute services. So a bedroom might be an EC2 instance. So they're tailored and they're always there. And a spare room might be a Lambda function. So it's used on demand and it can serve different purposes. And speaking of storage, think of EBS as a closet. It's attached to your room, EC2 instance. It's fast to access, and usually we store things that you need often. And S3 is like a garage. It's more spacious and slightly further away, and it's great for storing all kinds of stuff you still use regularly. And Glacier is attic. It's long-term storage for things you really need but want to keep, such as archives or logs. Security isn't an afterthought. It's part of the design. Have you seen any house without logs? So you need security in the cloud too. So think of KMS as the keys to your home. Of course, you don't want everyone to have a copy of your keys. That's where IAM, identity and access management comes in. So IAM is like the homeowner decides who have the keys and which rooms they can access. Now within the house, you can also control access to specific rooms. That's what security groups do. So they're like bedroom locks. Finally, imagine if you have hired a security guard at the front door, someone checking IDs and blocking suspicious behaviors before it ever gets near you. So that's AWS web application firewall. Now let's talk about data, where we store it and how we organize it. So in a home, important information like medical records, receipts, usually go into filing cabinets. They are organized, structured, and easy to search through. This is what RDS is like, a relational database for structured, highly organized data. However, not everything in your home needs that level of structure. For things like toys, tools, you might just toss them into label boxes in the garage or closet. That's DynamoDB, a fast, flexible key value store where you know what's inside by the label, but you don't need a rigid structure. Now let's look at how different parts of your home or your systems communicate with each other. Sometimes in a busy household, people write things down on a whiteboard. Buy milk, walk the dog, call the plumber, etc. So that's like SQS, a queue where tasks wait until someone picks them up. It's asynchronous. On the other hand, an intercom system lets you broadcast a message instantly, like someone shouts at home, like dinner's ready, emergencies in the kitchen. That's SNS, a publish subscribe service that sends out messages to multiple recipients all at once. Now we can look at some cool features of a home. Okay, so CloudTrail is like security camera footage. It records everything, who came in, what they did, and when. This is to help you investigate issues. And CloudWatch is your smart home dashboard. So it monitors temperature, energy use, and alerts you if anything's off. Just like CloudWatch tracks performance and health of your systems. And CloudFormation, that's like your architectural blueprint. It's a detailed information of your design. It's also the single source of truth. So only with that, everyone can build the same thing, build the same system or home. So far, we have gone through key services of networking, compute, storage, security, database, messaging, and management. If we put all this together, we would get a relatively complete home or system. Still remember the business problem that we are going to solve? E-commerce platform, right? So the final design will look like this. Yeah, so this is a typical multi-tier architecture in AWS. So at the top, users access the site via these two URLs, and Route 53 handles domain name resolution. Remember the analogy that we used before? It's home address. And traffic is protected by AWS Web and AWS Shield. So we haven't covered AWS Shield before. So this is a DDoS protection service. So let's look at the center of this diagram. So the apps run in a secure and isolated environment called VPC. So we can see that load balancers are located in public subnet. They distribute traffic to EC2 instances. That's web servers. And they're also under auto-scaling group. So with that, we can achieve the scalability goal. And then we can see that the traffic flows to another load balancer. And this distribute traffic to app servers. In some designs, web servers and app servers are placed in the same subnet. And some even put the two servers in the same machine. So that will form a three-tier architecture. Oh, sorry. And then we use RDS to store data in this case. There are other services that I haven't discussed yet. So like here, S3 is used to store static storage and backups. Remember that we have a requirement on performance, right? And so we use CloudFront. So CloudFront is is to speed up content delivery globally. And we also use elastic cache. So this one can speed up data access. To ensure high availability, we also add another availability zone in this design. So you can see that EC2 instances under the auto-scaling group, they are spread across our availability zones. Okay. Yeah, so by looking at this diagram, do you find that there's some services that I have talked before but don't appear in this diagram?
Yeah.
Oh, no. IAM, KBS. Yeah. Those services, they are essential to all the designs. So they basically appear in every design. So we just don't draw them in the diagram. Okay, hope so far you are enjoying this talk. And here's some links, some resources I find useful. So the first one is a solution library provided by AWS. And you can find those patterns and of different industries and different technologies there. And the second one is well-architected framework. So I have briefly mentioned that before. And the last one is workshops. So these are free and they are very hands-on. I highly recommend that. Yeah, in the end, if you want to connect with me, the first one is my LinkedIn profile, and the second and third are our LinkedIn page and Meetup group of women in cloud. Thanks. Now is the question time.
Sorry, can men join this Women in Cloud Meetup as well?
Huh?
Can men join this Women in Cloud Meetup? Not
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that group is for women, for people who are identified as women.
Just joke.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Please. So I'm not sure if I understood. Oh, I'm not sure if I understood correctly what the two different availability zones are about. Is it like about different continents or more like how well available the service is?
They are. So availability zone is okay. So the question again,
You
the
mean like different continents, like for example for Europe and for
oh no.
No,
The continent is the same. So they are in the same region. So when you mentioned like some in Europe and some in US, that will be different regions. So in AWS, the structure is region and then availability zone.
what is the
So zone, they are physical different locations. So when something bad happens and then yeah, so there's fire or earthquake and so we can make sure that the app is still running.
okay.
Good question. Okay.
I hope you remember everything she said and everything that Sanjeewa said as well before, because now it's time for questions. Feels like you're going to go back at school because we're going to ask you tons of questions, so get ready. First, if you haven't already, please join the Wi-Fi. So there's two different ways of joining the Wi-Fi. So either by scanning the QR code, that might give you an access to the Wi-Fi. Otherwise, you can type the password, which is broken wires at 2019, at 2019. And that works in all countries. That's beautiful. If you're in another AWS building, in another country, that works. Tested it in the UK. Yeah. Oh, why do you have to join the Wi-Fi? That was the question. The answer is because the quiz goes with the one which answers the question correctly and the fastest. So latency is the key there. I'm not sure that makes any difference, but there you go. So we have a couple of prices tonight. So we mentioned we have 3 access codes for 6 months to Code Cloud. I can find my words. There's cloud credits for Akamai and some exam vouchers as well for Akamai, plus the book that Yongkang showed you and the t-shirt and a few things. So the thing is we're going to go with the first 10 and then we'll go from there, and you can choose the first one, choose whatever they want, and so on with whatever is left in the process. Okay, let me start the quiz. Give a second. Start the quiz. You should see the QR code now. So scan the QR code, you will have access to enter your name. Yeah, so I'm waiting for everyone to register. Is everybody registered? Show a hand if you're still registering, so you have a chance. Okay, looks like we're ready to go. So I'm going to start with the first question. So you have 30 seconds to find the answer, or the faster you answer the question, the better chances you have to win. I'll put the leaderboard and see who is the winner or who is leading the pack on the first question. Let's go. First question. 3, 2, 1, ready? Which AWS service provides managed relation database and handles backup and patching for you? DynamoDB, RDS, Redshift, Aurora Serverless. Okay, the correct answer was RDS. Congratulations to Roy, which is the first one. Next question. Oh, it's showing the answer. Sorry. What service would you use to push messages to multiple subscribers instantly? SQS, SNS, SES, Eventbridge. No, too late. When you click on the screen, that's too late. I mean, when you click on the answer, that's too late. And the correct answer was SNS. Okay, next question. Which AWS service allows you to define who can access specific resources and what action can they perform? AWS KMS, AWS IAM, WAF, or security groups? No, that's too late. Sorry. You can't cheat and look at your friend next to you and click the same. But you will lose because you'll be if his answer faster, you'll be second behind him. The correct answer was Identity and Access Management, or IAM. Next question. Which storage service provides fast, low latency access? AWS CBS, EC2, S3, or Root S3 Glacier? I think there's been a mistake with the last one, but and the correct answer was EBS. S3 is a bit slower. It's a lot slower. What AWS service is the best suited for blocking common web exploits at the application layer? Security Group, AWS Shield, AWS WAF, or Route 53? And the correct answer was AWS WAF, or Web Application Firewall. I don't know what AWS Shield is, if that's even a product. DDoS. What defines, next set of questions. So what defines an agentic workflow in AI systems? I'm not going to read the answers. And the correct answer was a loop where the AI agent plan, act, observe, and adjusts its action toward the goal. Well done to those who answer this. And we still have Rohan, which is leading the group, followed by Anan. Very tight. Anything can change with the next question. I don't know the question. I haven't read them. What is the primary role of MCP for Model Context Protocol in an agent-based system? Wow, 100%. You really paid attention. That's great. So it's defining the standards for standard interface for exposing API as tools agent can discover and use. We still have the same first two people. That's good. Why are traditional API often seen as insufficient for AI agent interaction without adaptation? And the correct answer is that they don't expose semantic intent or dynamic context for reasoning agents. I see a pattern here. I'm going to say the pattern at the end. What is a key limitation for traditional API when used by AI agents? And the correct answer was they don't provide semantic description for capabilities or expected usage. Ooh, there's been a bit of reshuffling. But still, Rohan is the first one. Well done. And last question. Everything can change here, so you can become last in 2 seconds. What does exposing an API as a tool mean in the context of intelligent agent and MCP? And I was right about my theory.
This theory of always picking the longest answer.
Yeah. Take the third out, the longest answer or the third one, and don't even look and just press the button, and you could win. You could have won the second part. So yes, that was correct. Third answer. We didn't randomize the answers, so they were always the third one for the second part of the talk. Well done. So let's see the final results and see who wins. And the winner is tonight, Rohan. Where is your Rohan? Welcome. Congratulations. Give him a huge round of applause. Can you come at the front and choose what you want to do?
I didn't see the pattern at all.
For the second part, I started seeing the pattern. What do you want?
Regular penny pack. On the book, please.
Ah,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the best one.
My
Yeah.
CK soon.
Okay, you're okay taking a photo.
Yes, yes, thank you so much.
How fast is fine? The walls,
Yes,
okay?
yes, thank you. Thanks so
well
much.
done. Second one, QQQ. Who's that? Oh, I knew that was going to be who. That you is that? No? Who is QQQ? Oh, it's you. Ah, Cathy. Cathy. Congratulations.
It's all right.
Yeah, you knew the answer for the first part.
We don't care.
We don't care.
You're okay taking a photo?
You didn't have choice. Third one, Peter.
The third one
Congratulations, Peter.
is for someone wearing large. Is that yeah, good size? Is that perfect size for you? Yeah, let's have a look.
Or you can choose one of the other prices if you want.
Yeah, we still have some other price.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, so since you're practicing with Kubernetes, you can import cloud as well. It's
Do you want to?
there's one of the.
yeah.
Unless you love the t-shirt.
Awesome. Fourth one, Connie, well done. Congratulations. Come at the front. What would you like?
Code file? Protocol? That's one of the best. That's the value here.
the structure.
Well done, Connie. And yeah, write your name on this.
Nice.
A bit of work. Ah, Rush.
No, get the party pack. I was planning to get that one.
Oh, really?
No, it's already gone. I get you another one. When I find another one.
It's all right. I'll skip it, you know. So,
Yeah. But you need to take a picture of yourself. Or someone needs to take a picture of you.
Yeah.
Yep. Well done. In sixth position, we have Huey or Hui. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm sorry. Congratulations. Come at the front and choose what you want. The Code Cloud?
Code Cloud.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good voice. Thank you.
If you're uncertified, you'll be certified in no time. Aman, where is Aman? Congratulations, Aman.
Thanks. I take the cloud credits. Oh, that's also a very good one. Yeah, $500 for 4 months in use. Thank you. Let's do a photo. Yeah. Thanks.
You will need to fill the form as well? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Sai. Hey, where is Sai? Oh, congratulations, Sai. Well done.
For the first time, you know.
Yes, first time and you're already nailing it. Congratulations.
Oh, last.
There's the third. Yeah, that's the last one. You're good. I mean, you can have it. Yeah.
Good. Let's do it. Thank you. Make sure you write your name, your email address.
And the last two ones. So we have Leo. Where is Leo? Congratulations, Leo. What would you like? Cool.
Yeah. Pretty good. Yeah. You want to try something? Yeah. You can try the Kubernetes cluster. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty cool. Thanks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What-
We need you to get your email address, your name.
You want to hack my cloud?
Yeah.
And Binod. Where is Binod? Ah, congratulations, Binod. And what would you like? The cloud credit.
Okay.
Perfect. Sounds good.
All go? Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
You want to hack my cloud credits as well?
Thank you. For the winners, make sure you write your name, email address. Okay.
And that's it. We had our 10 winners.
You
Still have a few things?
anyone want to get the Akamai cloud exam? If you want, we still have a free 3 to give away. Otherwise, we can list according to the name. We might give a few more. Yeah.
Up to you.
We still have.
Michael, do you want some free Akamai Cloud exam vouchers?
No?
No, you
Okay.
pass. Okay. Next, Henry. Where is Henry? Hi. Do you want a Akamai Cloud event voucher, Cloud exam voucher? Or one of the tutorial?
You do the tutorial. That one is for AWS certification practice. Yeah, that one also pretty good. Thank you. So which one you choose? We got the cloud practitioner, cloud also. What's the other one? That's the AI foundation practice. So one is AI foundation, the other one is cloud practitioner.
Hey, you got that?
One is video, one is practicing exam.
What's the Akamai cloud exam also?
That one is for Akamai, it's a cloud exam. You don't have to pay $99. You can get the certificates. Okay, so you try that one? Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right, thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Do you want to go more? Chasing people. What else do we have? We have 3 cloud exams.
All these gone, and this one gone.
And now there's the Dojo practice exams.
Yeah.
All right, Stella. Where is Stella? Hi.
The AI thing is gone, or
No, the AI practice exam.
AI practice exams.
Yeah, that one is a.
Okay.
Hold on, come on the front so we take a picture. Or not. Yeah. Well done. Congratulations. And Yang. Now you have everything already. Ranajit. Congratulations. What would you like? So you have the video course.
Okay,
Cool. Oh, if you can come at the front and we take a picture with you. And there's a last one, the practice exam. Just popping in. Who is just popping in? That is you. You're left with the practice exam.
Cloud practitioner. I think that's the. Yeah, that's the very basic one. That's too easy for you.
Second from the last, the video.
The video course. Yep. What happened?
It's time to go home.
Well, it's time to go. Sorry, there's nothing. I have no idea what happened. Oh. We good?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. If we can all come at the front and we're going to take a group photo, that would be great. And then we're going to wrap up and go back home. And for those online, I'm going to close the channel. Have a good night, all.